Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another comic review. This time I'm covering some indie comics. So, first off, as you can see there, we've got Nuclear Family followed by BRZRKR. Nuclear Family written by Stephanie Phillips, and I must admit I really enjoyed what she did there. I really enjoyed this story, but I'll be able to get around to it soon enough. And of course, Keanu Reeves, along with one of my favourite writers, Matt Kindt, in BRZRKR. So, time to start on Nuclear Family. Now, does this cover in any way help in the shaping of what happens within the story? Yes, it does, and I'm really happy with this. To which I also gave this cover a rating of 6.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this. Now to move to the internal art, looking at the beginning, middle and end. Now this is some of the art around the beginning, which was really nice, and I must admit it felt very consistent within the story. All except when you start to see the changes. Even then, it still manages to keep some consistency. I'll now move towards the middle. And this is something that happens exactly in the middle of the book, with the key character and of course his family, and also something that's also happening in this time. I'll now move towards the end, and I'll be able to give you my rating on the art. And my goodness, does it deliver on the catastrophic event that happened within this story. And I really enjoyed what was done here with the art, to which I gave the art 7 out of 10. Fantastic job there, Stephanie Phillips, and also the artist you were working with. There were also some additional details at the end of this book, but I'll cover it when I get to the story rating. So, as it gets time to move into the story rating, what are some of the things that this story covered? The time, when it took place, and also where it took place. The time being 1957. The location being Milwaukee. Of course, the home of the cast character being Tim McLean. And one of his friends, Bill, who is also his neighbour. And we also get to see where Tim lives at, which is Maple Street, to which his home is along. And I thought that was really nice detail added into this story. Another thing that I also enjoyed this story was some of the stuff that was put there that indicate a lot of the world building at the end of the book. To which I gave this story a rating of 6 out of 10. I'm looking forward to the next issue. Doesn't mean I'll enjoy the next issue, but this story is sort of like on the brink of moving into the Cold War, and of course there's also the fear and threat of communists and communism. And I really think it delivered there, especially at the end when the troops came in, because you don't know whose side those troops are on. And you can see that this is one thing that he also feared too. Very well done. So, time to move on to BRZRKR. So now it's time to move on to Keanu Reeves and Matt Kindt's BRZRKR. Does this cover in any way show what happens, or in a way overlay to us what happens within the story. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. To which I gave the cover a rating of 7 out of 10. And this is a fantastic for like the regular dress or regular cover. Of course, there was the option to get a variant, but I was just happy with the regular. I'm looking forward to checking out the next issue already. So let's move into the internal art. Looking at the beginning, middle, and also the end. So this is some of the art around the beginning. I'll now move to some of the art around the middle. Some of the art directly in the middle of the story. And yeah, there's a lot of action in this. And I mean a lot of action. Now to move towards the end. And of course, the end. I really enjoyed the art in this story, even though there were some places where I felt it slipped a bit. To which I gave the art 6 out of 10. Not a 7, but a 6. But did that take away from the story? Not at all. It did in some parts, but we'll soon find out in regards to the rating. So again, once again, with this being a new book, what are some of the places that it took us to? Of course, there was Tacoma, Washington, a facility of the government. In regards to the time, it wasn't 100% clear as to when it was taking place in the present. That's the only one of many criticisms I have. Hopefully those criticisms will drop in the next issue. But we do get a flashback to 80,000 years in the past, to which we start to learn more about Keanu's character. With the cast, we didn't really get to learn a lot around the cast, including who Keanu is meant to be playing, even though he is seen as the Berserker. Nothing more, nothing less, and we don't even get his name. But did it take away from the story? Well, if you want a story with a lot of action, this one has it. He just went in, got the job done. You didn't see you didn't see anything within the story to which he says, "Oh, I can do this." Da, da, da. He didn't boast about it at all. You just saw him do it in action. And that was fantastic. I mean, it was fantastic. It almost felt like Highlander a little bit, to put it out there, especially in regards to what you learn about his character, that he is in essence immortal, and all he wants to do is just to die. So every mission he takes on, so no doubt you continue to see this throughout the story run. Every mission that he's hoping to go on, he's expecting to die. He doesn't want to live, he wants to die. He wants to know what it's like to actually die. And that's sort of understandable with a character that has immortality on their side. So I look forward to where this is going to be going in the next issue, to which I gave the story 7 out of 10. Well, until then, I really hope you enjoyed this independent comic, or these independent comic reviews. So please don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Until then, let's keep it colourful. If you've now made it to the end of this video. Have yourself an awesome day.